Here we would like to reflect on diagnostic models, chapter number 7. And the background is same, change management. So when you are trying to incorporate some type of changes, what are some of the diagnostic models you can use to diagnose various issues, various themes under the heading of change management. So please look at this, the role of models in organizational diagnosis. So when you are doing any type of analysis, diagnosis, trying to find out what are the issues, how you should go about solving them, trying to develop some type of understanding of some change in the organization, what is the role of models, how various models, concepts can help you in doing that. Yes. So this, I think this whole section is important. Let us read this and pay attention to this. It's very nicely they are trying to explain here. Organizational behavior at all its different levels is a very complex phenomenon. Yeah, it is impossible for anyone to pay attention to or understand the interactions between all the many elements or variables that can have an effect on how an organization functions. Look at this. It is impossible. Yeah, almost impossible. This is what the book is saying, because what they really mean is not necessarily saying that it is impossible. They just want to stress the point that the reason they are using this word is because there are so many things involved, many elements, variables involved, as we have been discussing in earlier discussions. Yeah, so this is just to make us understand that how carefully we need to look into various elements, and then the interaction between them. And in other words, if you make a change plan after doing organizational diagnosis, you say, all right, I'm going to use this model, whatever model it is. You can't just close your eyes and just let the model run. Don't worry about the term model. Like, whatever your strategies, whatever is the way you have decided to deal with that change after diagnosing the problem or issue or modification or change, whatever model you have decided, you can't just let it keep running without active participation in the process. Yeah, that is what it is. Like, because there are so many elements and so many variables are interacting with each other. So when you are going to start the change process and you have some model, you still would have to keep on looking how various elements in the organization are being impacted by your strategy, by your model, by the concepts which you are using. Yeah. And just a while, Gentles put this question for all of us to think about, that when we are doing organizational analysis for our projects, should we use some concepts, some models, some definitions from the book, or maybe not? So then you heard the reply that yes, we should look into various models, various concepts from the book, whatever suits us, just to showcase that we can link the theory with the practicality of the things. But in the same breath, you would want to remember this. Yeah, so that makes Gentle's question very timely. That we just started discussing this the same thing which he was trying to bring our attention to. So, but because there are so many elements and variables, you might propose that, okay, this is the model which I am using in the beginning, and then but I will also keep an eye on how the application of this model goes. And then if there is some, and looking at the dynamic situation, I might want to reassess and then maybe use something else. Yeah. Or maybe incorporate some other step within the same model. Yeah. Because think about it, there are so many models, but essentially they are talking about same things. What are those things? Same things the models are talking about again and again, that, when there will be some change is not easy, it will be hard, people will resist, how to minimize resist, communication can be a problem, application can be a problem, after change people might go back to the status quo, go back to their past habits, past behaviors, how to sustain change. These are the same 4, 5, 6 things, but there are many other, but you would see that they are repeating themselves. And then what are different models, different scholars, different people who study change, they have tried to solve similar type of situations in their own way. Some people think that X is more important, so it should be done before Y, and vice versa. So, and also, also there is an exercise that looking at all the models at the end of the semester, you can now devise your own model of change. Like you can sit down and I say, all right, if I have to go through any individual change in my life, how I should go about it. That plan which you will make in steps, that is going to be your model. Like what is the first thing you are going to do? What is the second thing you are going to do? Generally speaking, yeah. And then if you are in an organization, what would that mean? That would mean that you are not solo. It's not individual, it's group of people, other people are involved. So when other people are involved, how you will go about managing change? What are the things which you think are important based on your personality, based on your the way you deal with the changes? Yeah. Because it now links with human personality. Some people can quickly take the instruction and then follow it. They are okay with that. Other people need some time to reflect, to make the change their own, and so on. Yes. So these these are some of the things you would want to. But again, look at this again, we can read it. It is impossible for anyone to pay attention to or understand the interactions between all the many elements or variables that can have an effect on how an organization functions. Yeah. But that now it means that maybe you would want to talk with other people who are dealing with other elements. If it is organizational change, it is other departments. So a lot of interaction and a lot of back and forth, that type of thing might be required. Yeah. And then they are saying, consequently, we simplify the real world by developing models that typically focus attention on. Yeah. And they are saying these 3 things. And for example, this one, the ways these elements interact with each other. Yeah. Sometimes referred to as causal relationship or law of effects. Yeah. So you want to understand their interaction, and that sort of thinking you would want to think about. But even this line, look at this. We simplify the real world by developing models. Yeah. So like in the models, you would see step 1, step 2, step 3, and that is what they are saying, that it is very simplified form of a model, that you do this and this and this. And if it were that simple, then you could pick up the models, relevant models, after doing the diagnosis and implement it, and then your change effort should be successful. But that is not the case. More around 70% or even more change efforts fail. Those people who are putting the implications and implementations, they know these models, they have experience, they have a group of people, bright people working on it. Then why it fails? Because of this, because of many elements, because of many variables, then human beings are involved, human psychology is involved. Everyone has their own priorities, everyone has their own way of doing things. And then in all of that, the overall climate is changing. So internally many things are happening in the organization. Externally many things are happening which are maybe not in direct control of the change managers. So then when you apply some model, although people have taken time to make those models and everything, but still these are very, they are simplifying the real world. This is what they are saying. They are simplifying the real world is very dynamic. And like if you like, so people dealing with people, yeah, dealing with people, not getting frustrated, not getting angry, keeping the locus of control in your own hand. Like for example, if someone says something which you don't like, and you become angry because what they said, and most of us do that, almost all of us. Uh, just when you get angry, like next time, make a note of this, please. I would like you to do this exercise. Make a note of this, that when next time you are going to get angry, frustrated, just stop and reflect. Why are you getting angry? What is the reason? Most of the times you would see that someone else has said something or did not say something which you wanted them to say, or they did something, someone else did something, and that made you angry. You were fine before, but they said something and you became angry. I'm not trying to judge anyone. All of us do that. uh, we are human beings, so we would do those type of things. But that shows that the locus of control is not maybe in our hands, because someone said something and we became angry. So you, next time when you get angry or frustrated, you have to sit down and like reflect and think, why did you get angry? What did the other person said which made you angry? Instead of getting angry, what you could have done. um, because I say something and you get angry and then you reply back, that generally do not solve any problem, because then I'm going to say something and then you will say something and then I will say something. This is how the fights escalate. But a person who has done this type of exercise, for example, when they get angry and they sit down and try to reflect why they got angry and what else they could have done. Is there any other thing which they could have done instead of getting angry or frustrated or venting out their whatever, shouting or whatever? Is there anything else? And then write it down, and next time when they get angry, do those things which they wrote down. Like instead of getting shouting back, I can do this, or I can do this, or I can do this. And then again you would realize that you would do what is your habit. If it is your habit to get angry, you will get angry again. But then again you need to stop yourself and then sit down, and sitting down is not like for hours. Even if you sit down for 5 minutes, 5 good minutes with yourself after a situation, and you analyze that, is this angry, what is it? But on the same note, I am not saying that one should not get angry. uh, it depends on the situations. Some situations require you to be angry, so you should be angry where the situation requires, and you should not be angry where the situation requires. But very few situations are there which really are going to require anger or whatever, or getting upset, or crying. Some people would start crying, or different people would. It's not just anger. Some people would just get depressed, and it would impact their rest of the day and all of those things. So if you would do this type of exercise, then over a period of time, maybe it will take 1 year, maybe it will take 2 years, maybe it will take 5 years. Over a period of time, you are going to for example, Nikki is saying emotions. Yeah. So over a good word, emotions. This is what I was looking for. Over a period of time, you will take control of your emotions. Over a period of time, it is not going to happen overnight. Please understand this. You have built your habits over 20 years at least. Yeah. So but if you start now, then over a period of time, you have not you seen some people, I'm sure you must have crossed paths with one or two or five people or a couple of people who don't lose their temper, who are calm, who are calculated, who so those type of people are the people who will thrive in change situations, because their locus of control is in their hands. They do not get frustrated they don't get excessively sad or frustrated or angry or whatever word you want to use in your situation when someone says something. And on the same note, they do not get excessively happy when someone praise them or someone says you are beautiful, you are good looking, you are gorgeous, I love you. So they don't go on the moon. They keep they say, all right, yes, I'm good, yes, all right, they acknowledge it, but their emotions don't just go go all over the place. So in what I'm trying to say, in both situations, when people say things in your favor or when people say things against you, you need to see, you need to manage your emotions. You can nothing is wrong in getting very angry, but the locus of control should be in your hand. You should get angry because it is your deliberate choice. You have thought about it that yes, i am going to I am going to get angry after deliberate thinking, not without thinking. And same with happiness. You showing joy after careful consideration that yes, I'm happy about this. Not just by some, but you look in your lives, pay attention when the session ends and make note of these things and look at your life. Just see how you are, how what makes you happy, what someone says and you get extremely happy. And the next thing, some not you guys, I'm not talking about you, but this is how these mental issues arise. Like people get depressed. Depression is a real thing. People do get anxiety. People, maybe you don't get it, I don't get it, yes, but if I don't get it, it does not mean that I should think that no one gets it. Like empathy, you, even if you did not get it, you should think about, like, people get nervousness and all of those things. um, so please do these exercises. Look at your where the locus of control is. Who controls your emotions? um, and generally you will find that other people control our emotions, including myself. So it is not that, I'm not trying to say that I have full control of my emotions. Of course, if you will praise me and you will say you are Tashfin, you are wonderful, so I'm going to like it. Yeah. And if you are going to say otherwise, of course it is not something which I would be happy about. But that should be a brief moment where I'm not happy. I should quickly realize what is happening and then try to bring locus of control of my emotions in my own hands. Because if I don't do that, then my next activities would be spoiled. Please do this, but the results, you won't get locus of control right away. It will, as I said, it can take 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, maybe more. Yes. But if you realize that this is something which you want to do and you should do, and other people should not control your, like, we have come out of slavery, we are no more slaves. But if you think about it, if we are getting so much um, problems in our life because of what other people are saying, this is a bigger slavery, because it is the slavery of mind. Yeah. But again, this is work in progress for myself also. I also have to every now and then do these type of things, because we get out of control every now and then. But the idea is that to keep on reflecting on that, and one step at a time, slowly, you try to inculcate good habits, so then it becomes your status quo. By default, you would be someone who who does not get carried away by what is happening in the environment. But again, this is now, the I'm not saying that others should not, what others think, what others are saying, we should not care about that. That is not the point I'm trying to make. uh, like, you should not become, you should not yes, Kevin, thank you. Yes, maintain your focus. Yeah, I think you have your focus and you have your objective, and then based on your objective, if you need to get a little bit angry, frustrated, and you think it is going to help you in that situation, then go ahead. Because just like happiness is an emotion which helps us, anger is also an emotion which helps us. But generally speaking, the conflicts do not get solved by anger. Generally speaking, they get solved by diplomacy, they get solved by negotiation, by good habits. When people like you, they would want to change for you. At least they would try. They might not be successful, but the type of changes which you like, if you like me, if you genuinely like me, then if I say something, it has a different impact. Same from your side. Yeah. So these type of things, focus, objective, these are some things which we spoke about in earlier sessions, and I think Kevin is trying to link with that. So please pay attention to these things. This is what, um, you're not going to find these things maybe in a book done for you. You would have to now look into this. Some other things I would want to, please pay attention to this paragraph, for example. And again, I am doing guided reading. You have to read complete chapters. Yeah. Don't just pay attention to what I am saying and you don't read the chapters. Yeah. Okay, look at this highlighted section, please. Please take note. Sometimes models provide a good basis for understanding what is going on and predicting what kind of actions or interventions would produce desired results. Yeah, pay attention to sometimes, not always, sometimes. Often, however, they are very subjective and biased. Yeah. Please reflect on this. Oftentimes, these models, concepts, these are very subjective. They are biased. Like all the things which I say, all the things which I say, I have been saying. They are biased. They are biased from my upbringing, the way I think, the people I spend time with, the types of talks I listen, the types of books I read, my general experience in life, all of that. So based on all of that, I said, all right, this is what it is. Yeah. But uh, but there are different types of people in the world. Yeah. So everyone has their own experiences, and from there they are going to say what they are going to say. And that is why I always say that whatever I'm saying, that is not in any way is final word at all. These are just things which I think, based on my experience, I can share with you. You should just listen to them. You should not get influenced by them. You should you should just listen to them and then read your own things, and from your experiences you decide what would suit you in your situations. And that is, let's come back to organizational diagnosis, organizational change. So in the organization, you will have some issue and you will say, all right, we want to change this, and some expert would come and they would say, all right, in this situation which you are explaining me, and this is the culture and this is the type of people, and you will brief them, and then they will say, all right, use this model, use it like this, all of that. Yeah. And now please don't just use it without thinking. Please don't do that. Take your time with that, because you know your organization, you are inside. So you take that, what the expert is telling you, and then sit down and then reflect on it and see that, will it work, will it not work? Talk with other people who are in your organization, and after careful analysis, you implement it. When you are implementing it, before you implement, you should have that confidence that this is what I am going to do. I am doing this. You should not implement a model and then say, oh, this expert told me. No, it's not like that. You have to take ownership. And in earlier classes, at earlier sections, if you missed that one, in one of them, I spoke in detail about ownership. I think it was the last one. But please check, taking ownership of what you are going to do. Yeah. Consequently, they do not always provide a useful guide for management practice and the management of change. So please make note of this and remember this. When you import some model and just put it in because it has worked in other situations, in other companies, because some expert is telling you, because you get overly influenced by someone, for whatever the reason is, and you don't reflect in your own situation and you don't spend time with that, then of course there will be problems. And then when there will be problems, you would say people did not guide me, people did not tell me. So what is that? You are putting the ownership on other people, blaming other people. Yes, of course, I would agree that yes, people did not tell you. They should have been more, they would have been smart enough when they were telling you the model, when the expert came and they tell you the model that this is what you should do. Must have also said that, well, when you are implementing, you have to be responsible. I am just giving you the guideline. You are responsible for how you are going to go about it. Yes. So this is why, because people import and put in the thing, put in the model, put in the guidelines, whatever it is. That is why, and they get overly influenced by other people because of their whatever success, or but it might not work. It might work, but it might not work. So whatever you are doing, take ownership. You decide what you want to do. Don't just do it because other people are telling you. You decide for yourself. Take their advice, pay attention to their advice. They have experience. Don't just be someone who, don't be that person who is not listening to anyone and just, I'm just going to do my thing. Whenever someone counsel, we should take counsel. All of us, we need counsel from other people who have been on the same journey. Take counsel, extensive counsel, take advice. But when you are implementing, just know that if it fails, you are responsible. No one is going to stand with you in the failure. When you will be successful, everyone else would want the credit too. Yeah, that is, you would want to think about it. So with that background, you might want to do these exercises, which if you want, take this exercise in your own time. Of course, exercise 7.1, you can look into that. For example, table 7.7.1, this is the table. It provides some examples of the bits of information that people might attend to when assessing the state of their organization. Some things like, level in the hierarchy, mission, quality of supervision. There are different things which are here. So please, you can look into that. And then there are some exercises in the next few pages. If what I said makes sense to you, and you want to do these type of exercises again in your own time, they have some spaces, you are going to do them. And these things, you might not complete everything in the during the change. Understanding change management is a lifelong journey, and it will help you, because no matter where you go, it is going to help you. So even after the semester is gone, you might want to come back to these type of things, and slowly you will develop the habits and personality which can deal with change situations, not just themselves but also help other people. And this, if you can learn this, let's say even in like next 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, if you can improve wherever you are right now, then think how beneficial you will be. It will be to your personal life, wherever you go, you work, wherever you work, generally in life, because it's managing change is everywhere, is in any aspect of life, it is going to help you. So it's not something which can be learned in a short period of time. As a matter of fact, you never learn it, because people who have spent years and years and years, have they developed anything which is always successful in all the situations, across continents, across cultures? Not really. But they have given us good enough models. If we use them, follow them, and then put in our own experiences, based on what we are trying to focus on, based on what we are trying to achieve, they are pretty good. But then again, once you implement the model, you would have to keep an eye on it, and always looking at it if it is giving you the desired results, and so on. As Kevin said it very nicely, maintain the focus. Yeah, I think that is a beautiful line. This is what he said. Maintain the focus. Maintain your focus. It's just 3 words, but it is very, very profound. I think you should just write it on your hand or somewhere very visible, like maintain your focus. It should be something which you are seeing all the time. Maintain your focus. So then whatever, but before that, of course, you need to think about what your focus is. So sit down, you decide what is your objective, what you want to achieve in life, in whatever you are doing. And then after that, maintain your focus. I love it. Very nice. Yeah. I will also try to, but it is hard to maintain focus. We know that, all the distractions and other things. And that is the difference between, I think, successful people and non-successful people. Successful people can maintain their focus for a longer period of time. They don't get distracted. And other people just lose their focus from a little message coming in their phone. They lose their focus and they want to check who messaged. Yeah. And not trying to judge anyone. I do the same type of thing. So don't feel that I am talking from the way that I know everything and I'm the expert. Nothing like that. When you are interested someday, you can ask me what are the blunders I have made in change, and I will be happy to tell you. No problem. Okay, look at this. So different models, they are diagnosing organization environment fit. So you want to maybe look at if the environment is conducive fit for the change situation, and you must have heard about this very basic analysis tool, PEST. Sometimes it is also called PESTEL. Yeah, what are these? Anyone can tell us? I think political, where it is? Yeah, political, economics, socio-culture, P for politics, E for economics, S for society and culture, T for technology, and so on. Yeah. So you want to look into that. And yes, this is the word I was trying to think about. Always consider the knock-on effect. Knock-on effect. Yeah. You make some suggestion, try to make some change. It will have some impact effect on some other thing. This is again something which we have discussed in earlier conversation. So it is good that you listen to all the talks one after another, because sometimes if I have done something in the past, I don't like to repeat myself, but then still I have to repeat sometimes, many times, because just to ensure that you repetition sometimes helps in memorizing the things. If we are repeating something, then that shows that it maybe it is important. A SWOT analysis, for example, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. You guys are familiar with these type of things. Um, Cycle of competitive behavior. Stribbles cycle of competitive behavior. Let's look at the cycle. This is the cycle. Yeah. So what is this divergence of offering, and then because you want to multiply the offerings, you are thinking about innovation, variety creation, new idea development. Yeah. And then breakpoint. And from this side, convergence of offering, efficiency, survival of the fittest, and you know these things. You know survival of the fittest. Yeah, you know that concept. If you don't know, run it Google search and find out. Variety creation, innovation. We spoke about it earlier. How new ideas come from. It's a whole topic in itself, like new ideas. I think I asked you guys that please reflect when new ideas you get, how do you get it? In which situations you get it? Do you make some changes in your lifestyle which makes you, come up with some new ideas? Some people are getting ideas while they are sleeping, and then they have a notepad beside their bed and they will just wake up and just write it, or they will record it in their phone. Some people are getting interesting ideas while they are showering. In the shower, people get ideas. Some people get ideas when they break routine. uh, I myself have benefited from this breaking routine. We have our routine things. We have the same roads we travel to. We have the same type of places we go to. We have same type of people which we are talking with. If we are doing that again and again and again and again, then new thinking is maybe not going to come, because it's the same things which we are seeing. As we go to different places, experience different things, that helps our mind to think differently, because we are in a different situation. So, but you need to look into these things, read the explanations of these models in a more detail, and try to link it with our discussions, earlier discussions, and so on. Diagnosing this is what maybe you want to pay attention to, is this was diagnosing organization environment fit. So in the environment, it was pest, SWOT, and then this cycle of competitive behavior. And then they are talking about diagnosing internal alignment internally. within the organization, because that pest would be like political. Those things are in the you can think about it from the lens of internal politics also in the organization, but follow how your book is trying to explain it as you read. And this is now internal alignment, diagnosing internal alignment. In that, one of, like for example, models to diagnose internal alignment, 7S and 6-box organizational model. So let's briefly talk about 7S. This is a model, 7S model. You can run a Google search on it. It's very simple model, extremely simple, but gives you some structure. It gives you structure that these are the things which you need to consider, because when I am talking, I am maybe looking at what you post in chat, or sometimes you speak something, so from that, and what are the things coming in my mind, I'm talking about that. So but we also need some structure. So for structure, that is why we look into some models. And this, for internal alignment, 7S model is a very nice and easy model in terms of giving us the structure. So look at this. What are the 7S would mean that there are 7 pointers and all of them start with S. So strategy, yeah, structure, systems within the organization, staff, their style, their shared values, their skill set. And you would realize that in previous discussions, we have every now and then talking about these things. We are talking about skill set, style, personality, system, structure, strategy, staff, yeah. And then within that, you can read what they are trying to. So these are 7S model. These are the 7 things which, when you are doing internal alignment, internal diagnosis of the organization, you might want to think about these things. What is the structure like? Is it open? Is it closed? Is it hierarchy? What type of hierarchy? Staff, what type of staff is there? What is their education? What is their background? All of those things. Their style. What is the shared value? What is something which is in common within them? Whatever is common, that can become the driving force for the organization, because there is something which is common, which is shared by all of the people. Yeah, these type of things. So this was 7S model, and then 6-box model. So just like the name, it tells us that in the model there will be six boxes, and let's look at the boxes. These are the boxes. Purpose. Yeah. What is the purpose? What business are we in? Structure, leadership, type of leadership, rewards. How do you reward good performance? And also, how do you, maybe what do you do when someone, how do you reward bad behavior? Well, it's not reward, but how do you, like, what do you do when someone do good, what you wanted them to do, and what you do when they do something which you did not want them to do, relationship and all of that. And for example, purpose, once you identify the purpose, after that you maintain focus, yeah, on the purpose. For this one here, you will talk about, change agents, for example. We spoke about it in one of the session, change agents. This one, pay attention. The person argues that the effectiveness of an organization's functioning depends on what goes on in and between the 6 boxes. What on in and between. So what goes in the box, in these boxes inside, and what happens between them. Like for example, leadership. How leadership, what is happening within this box of leadership, what the leader is thinking, doing, behaving, reflecting what they are doing in, and how it is linked with the relationships, how it is linked with the structure, how it is linked with giving rewards or not giving. So what is happening within the box, and how these are linked. Again, very simple model to, like for example, if you are looking at an organization, just like you are in your project. So if this diagram is, you want to use it, and you think you would, first you would have to build a case that why you want to use it, is it relevant or not, that is your job to do. And then once you have established the relevance, then you are looking at these things in the organization: purpose, leadership, relationship, structure, rewards. So it gives you a structure, that what are the things you would want to look at. Same goes for 7S model. Yeah. Okay. Look, and the, of course, informal. Yeah. Formal, how the formally, how people are behaving, and in informal settings, what what they are what they are doing. Wisbord argues that the formal aspect of an organization, for example, stated goal or the structure as represented by an organization chart, might bear little relation to what happens in practice. What a beautiful line. Yeah. Please take a moment to reflect on it. So you might see the formal reports and everything, but according to the person who developed the model, he's saying it might bear little relation to what happens in practice. So theory is one thing and application is another. What we study in this type of environment, discussion environment, or in classroom, that is very different from how things happen in the real world. And that is where these type of the, like what you would have studied in the book, after speaking with the people who are working in that organization, some type of conversations. And if they are open to you, if they are willing to share that, then maybe you can reflect on that. So yes, all the information, like for example, Gentles was saying that maybe everything is not available online. Yes, it is not. You would have to speak with someone in the organization. Yeah. And then after speaking, whatever you are proposing, you can't say that they told me this and that is why I am proposing this. Yes, they told you, but you have to build your own case, that why do you think that this is the right approach to do. Ownership is a big thing. Ownership is a big thing. I was listening to this talk, and the guy said that once you take ownership of your life, everything changes. Like any activity you do, once you take ownership, everything is going to change just by doing that. Anything, a little thing or big thing, daily tasks or your personal affairs or anything in the house, home, wherever. Ownership. Okay. Leadership is seen to have a special role to play in coordinating what goes on in the other 5 boxes. Yeah, and maybe that is why leadership is somewhere in the middle. So it has a lot of bearing on what happens in the other ones. Yeah, so that is why it is not enough to just listen to what I am saying. It is extremely critical to read the chapters, because then they explain you what is what, and even the simple thing like this model, when you read it, it opens new dimensions for you. So please take interest. Models that attend to both internal and external alignment. So first we looked at internal ones, which were like PEST, SWOT, and the circle diagram. And then we looked at external, 7S, and then 6 box. And now, are there any models, both internal and external, they can look at? And there is of course very interesting models for that also. Kotter's integrative model of organizational dynamics, that is one. And then Nadler's and Tushman's Congress model of organization. Yeah, these are the 2 models. Let's look at them. So first, Kotter's model. This is Kotter's model. Yeah. Kotter's model. What are the things which are there? Key organizational processes. How various processes, what are various processes which are happening in the organization, decision making, information gathering, and so on. Technology, social systems, culture and social. Yeah, culture is also within this. Employees and other tangible assets, people, money. Yeah, something which you are very interested in, I think. Everyone is, I think. Formal arrangements, structures, operating systems. Yeah. Dominant coalitions, goals, strategies, external environment. Yeah, outside. So these are, according to Kotter, these are the things. These are the seven elements within the organization, which if you look at these 7, then they are looking at internal and also external. Like for example, internal, they are looking at people. External, they are looking at external environment. Yeah. Technology also, some aspects are internal, some aspects are external also. Yeah, all of that. So this, according to Kotter, he has given you this. So you might want to reflect on these steps. And then Congress model of Nadler and Tushman, this is how it looks. A lot of boxes, but a lot of lines, but don't get overwhelmed or anything. It is very, very, very simple. It's just 3 boxes if you look at it. The first box is input. The last box, it says inputs here, but what do you think? What is it? Is it correct or is it a misprint? Can anyone tell what should be here in the last box? So I know that you guys are up.
Output.
It looks like it should be output.
Very good. Very good, very good, very good, very good. I'm so happy that I'm just not speaking with with the camera. You guys are there. Thank you very much. So yes, inputs. So this is not input. So if these type of things happen in the book, they are also human beings who are publishing. So this cannot be input. Yeah. So if this is input, then this should be output, but this is how it is. So this is input, environment, resources, history, all of that. Input, whatever you can give in the structure, and then outputs you get. And then in the middle, this box is, you can call it transformation box, or you can, this is a simple model like you must have seen like in a computer course if you did introduction to computing, or any other, any other simple diagram, input and output, and between input output something is happening. something is happening. So that is transformation process. So what is happening in that box in the middle? Four things. Informal organization, how the organization behaves informally. Just like a while ago, I made you read that line that what you would see in the formal charts, that might not be how the organization is run informally. Yeah. So informal organization and formal organization, they have brought this distinction that informally how people conduct in the organization, and in the formal structure how they conduct the tasks, different tasks which are happening in groups, individually, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And then individual personality, individual thinking habits, their preference, how they get motivated, how what all those things individual. So these are the four things. Yeah. And then from the output, please make this correction, write output or something, and then from here it goes back here in the input. Whatever you are learning in the output, you come back, and then this is, for example, look at this feedback. Yeah. Feedback. Yeah. So for example, this discussion which we are having, what would be my input? I am reading the books, I am listening to other professors who are experts in change management, I'm reflecting on in my own life. All of that is input going in. Yeah. And then output, what is output? Output is maybe something which you are receiving, because I am saying whatever I'm saying, but you will gain your own meaning from this. Like if 20 people are there, how many are here? Okay, 23. So if 20 people are there and listening to what I'm saying, all of them are taking different meaning from this. It is not possible that all people are taking the same meaning from what I'm saying. You are getting the meaning based on your understanding of the words I'm using, your experiences, all of that. So that would be, and what is the transformation box? Inside whatever is happening. Yeah. If you guys are saying something, if you are giving some example, if I am giving any example, the internet connection, your environment, what is happening over there, wherever you are, all of those things are, this is what is happening. And then from output, what you learn, you can give maybe feedback, and you say, all right, you said this in class, but I don't think that is correct, or you use these words, maybe you should have used that word. And you guys are helping me with, like, words, you every now and then you write something like to help maybe what word I'm thinking of or what is more suitable, and so on. So that is feedback. So this is same in the organization. Yeah. But these models, they are saying congruence model, and the last one was Cotter's model. It had 7 elements. Yeah. So these are for internal and external. So, but you want to think about these and then see what is happening. This was figure 5 point, and then this is one exceptional model, which is this this one, Burke and Litwin model of organizational performance. Very nice, wonderful model. I have a lot of memories with this model, because when I went overseas for my degree, the assignment which I got for the course was Burke and Litwin model. So I spent a lot of time in this. Yeah, it brings a lot of memories, and it's very nice, very lovely model. So, but it's called Burke and Litwin model. I would encourage you to read it in detail, please. There are quite a few things in the model. 2 types of change. for transformational change and transactional change. Like these terminologies come from your prerequisite MGMT 2008 organizational behavior. So you can reflect on from there. This model comprise 12 interrelated elements. 12 interrelated. So this is what these are those 12 interrelated areas. I made the picture small because it's not fitting on the screen, but you can open your own books if this is not very visible to you. Okay, so on the top, what this would be? What would be on the top over here? External environment. And what would be this? The last one, individual and organizational performance. And what would be all of these in the middle, as you are seeing these brackets on the right side and on the left side? Yeah. So in simple words, you can say, all right, this top one is the input, external environment. And then this one, you can say individual and organizational performance is the output. Maybe you can say that. And then this first line, which is mission and strategy of the whole system, leadership, organizational culture. Yeah. Maybe they would have, this first line would have more impact on lower elements. So mission, what they are saying, that mission and strategy, leadership and culture. In other words, strategy, leadership and culture, they are on the first row. So they have more impact on lower elements. That does not mean that lower elements are of less significance. No, what it means is that the strategy, leadership and culture, many times they are dictating many things to other parts, like the culture of the organization, how things are done, the leader, what is their personality, how do they do their things, what is their style, all of that. Leader, because you would have to listen to leader. At top management, okay, leadership, maybe top management, like the we are talking about CEO and that type of the person who is thinking about the strategy at the higher level. Yes, so leadership. And then of course there are leaders in the departments also and so on, but over here, because it is the top level, so strategy, so these things, this would be, maybe these are more important than others because of the nature of impact which they can have on others. And what are these remaining ones? These are structure, management practices, like the leadership, how the leader is going to tell someone in the other departmental management and so on, and then how those departmental managers are going to practice the things, because the leader, the top guy, is going to make the strategy, but how that strategy is going to implement it in the department. Like for example, the University of the West Indies says that, all right, do the online delegation. All right, very good, beautiful word. You delegate to the management, but then how that management is going to do the task, it has its own dynamics, because now that manager would have their personality, and they would have they will bring their own way of doing things in that environment. For example, University of the West Indies, they are saying, all right, COVID-19, no face-to-face sessions, do it online. And they have their own, they have set the guidelines and whatever. Yeah. But then I'm sure you are seeing that every session is different. Every course is different for you. Every person is different who is leading that course. Not all courses can be same. It is a possibility that there are some courses where you are enjoying. It's a possibility in some courses where you feel that you are not engaged or you are not really understanding what is, and whatever is the reason. So what is that? It is because the every person who is offering, who is managing the course, leading the discussions or presenting through PowerPoint or whatever they are doing, or giving you activities, because they are different, the leader UV has put a strategy for online discussions, but then the people who are managing different courses, they are bringing their own way of doing in it, knowingly or unknowingly. So that, what can leader do in that? That is the relationship here. So that shows that management practices are equally important, maybe more important, because the top leader is not going to come and check everything. They cannot, they have other things. So when we say that, then we cannot say that the top row is more important than these boxes. That would be the wrong word of choice to use. It's not about importance. So what this top row is, you should say that this has more impact on lower elements. So strategy, leadership, and culture has more impact on lower elements. Not that they are more important. Yeah, more impact maybe. But you have to. This is how I am thinking. But if some better words come to your mind after reading how they have explained, then you can always let me know. Structures, work unit climate. Like in work unit climate, there will be local unit also. Yeah, work unit climate, local units, different units are there. Systems, policy, procedures, um, tasks and individual roles. Yeah, different tasks and individual roles, and at the individual level, how those things are happening. Motivation, again motivation, and in the individual level, individually, let's say an organization has 5,000 people working. Motivation is not going to be same for all 5,000. Forget about 5,000. 20 people are in the session. Are 20 people, all of you are equally motivated? that's not that's not how it is going to be. Yeah, some people would be very motivated right now, looking at the book. As I'm speaking, they are reflecting, trying to think about these things, not distracted. On the other hand, there might be some friends who are just, lying down or doing something else or whatever. They are in their bed or whatever. So motivation, and they are, maybe some friends are thinking when the time is up and I need to do something else. Yeah. So all of those things are there. So motivation level cannot be same also. So you just want to ensure that in the organization there is a minimum motivation level, that no one stays below that for a longer period of time. Yeah, that is maybe something which you would want to achieve, if you can achieve that. But still, it is hard. It is work in progress. But then look at that. It is hard, yes, but it's not that people can't do that. For example, motivation. You know that the top motivational speakers, how much they charge? They charge a lot of money, and they are able to motivate people, and at least for a brief period of time. And you can experience that. You can go on listen to some speaker which you like. Everyone likes different speakers. Listen to some motivation speaker which you like, and you are listening, and it is making sense to you, and you are motivated. And in that time you are motivated, but maybe after some time you are not really motivated. You are motivated in that period, and maybe 5 minutes after and 10 minutes after. And then you say, all right, forget about that. Let me watch the Netflix series, which I love. and you are there now. Yes, or you are browsing and you are one extra, or you are listening to motivation talks and you finish one and then you listen to next one and the next one and next one. Yeah, people do that. It's not just you alone if you are doing it. And that is why maintain your focus. That is why. Okay, transactional change. These ones are linked with transactional change. The structure, management practice, system, work unit, and see the arrows. You are seeing a lot of arrows, and don't get overwhelmed by arrows. What they are trying to say by putting so many arrows in both direction is a simple thing, and the simple thing is that everything is linked with every other thing. So this motivation of individual, which is way in the bottom of the picture, if you look at this and try to analyze this, you will see that this is linked with the leadership. How it is linked? Let's look at this, and this is how you should look for every box. I can just look at maybe one. So motivation, individual motivation. An individual would be motivated or not motivated. Individuals' motivation would be impacted by, let's say, work unit climate. So in the unit where this individual works, what is happening in that unit? What is the climate like? What is the relationship between different people? All of that. That is going to impact the motivation of the individual. And whatever is happening in the department, in the unit climate, that is impacted by the management practices. Whatever is happening in the people who are managing, the delegation, our friend said, who are delegated to do the management. What are their practices? So the unit climate would be impacted by that, and that management practices would be impacted by the type of leader they have, how much hands-on the leader is, how much reports the leader is taking, how much the leader is involved. And then maybe the leader is involved by the external environment, which are maybe not everything is in their control. So please look at this. This is very important. Please, if I have lost your attention somewhere, please come back, everyone, and pay attention to this. I think this is very important. So look at this individual motivation. So you are individuals. You are the individuals in this session. Individuals, 24 individuals are there. Yeah. Look at your motivation level. How much motivated you are right now to listen to what is being said. Yeah, simple thing. Something is being said, and just measure your motivation. You don't have to tell anyone. But you know it. You know it. You know if you are motivated to listen right now or you are not motivated. So even if you are not motivated to listen, please listen to this, because I think this is important. So individual motivation just reflect what is your individual motivation right now. Now link it with the work unit climate, the climate your surrounding, where you are sitting, what is happening, noises coming from other places, mommy, daddy calling you, or some brother, sister are bothering you, or it is very hot or very cold, or you have not had your breakfast and it is lunchtime, and all of that, or you are at work and you don't want to tell everyone that you are assessing the class. Hungry, yes, it is lunchtime, so people are, so all of that is work unit climate. Maybe you can think about that. And then that work unit climate, how much it is linked with the management practices. So if I am managing this class, whatever I am doing with you guys, whatever I am doing is part of management practices. If you are sitting at home, and who is the manager at home? Your people around you. They are managers in a way. If they understand that you need a private space where there is not too much noise or you are comfortable, then it is good management practice. Or vice versa, it is not. And then overall leadership. So see how your own motivation is linked with so many other, and I just went upward. You can go this way also. Task and individual roles, individual needs and values. So hungry, you are hungry, so that is individual needs on the right hand side of motivation. It's a need, it's a basic need. If we are hungry, we should eat, otherwise we are just going to think about. And some people might not be hungry, but as we started talking about it, now everyone is hungry and people are thinking, oh, I need to eat. Yeah, that thing also happens. Yeah, that is why they say that in this type of situation, you do. So if you are leading anything like this, you don't want to bring this thing, hungry or food, because then people's attention goes that way. So see, this is, so what I'm trying to say, that all these things are, see how they are linked for anything basic like this one, what we are doing. And then it will become more and more complex. And then think about it, your motivation level, and you are not happy with the group project. Your group is giving you problem. They are not replying to email. You don't understand how to go about it. The company you are researching, they are not, you don't know how to go about that. You are just not interested. So what is that? Tasks and individual roles on the left hand side of motivation. Yeah, tasks and individual roles. What tasks? These are tasks given to you, that you need to do this and this, and this is the individual work, and you have to record and all of that, whatever. You have to learn how to record if you don't know, as Vicky was talking about it. Yeah, so all of that. So not your thing, then motivation will be impacted by motivation. For some people, they thrive in challenging environment, and they will say, oh, we will learn something new in this one, and then let's do it. Other people, they say, oh, what is this? I can't care. What is that? Not happy with this type of work. Why there is group work? Why it is not why it is not some other assignment? Why there is not MCQs, so I just could do MCQs? Different things. Yeah, why all of those things? So this is going, so now you can link it with all of these things and talk about it. Is it best to motivate yourself or wait on motivation from the organization? What a beautiful line, Kevin. Very nice, very nice. What a beautiful. Now this is something, everyone please look chat. Kevin is posing, of course he knows the answer, he knows what needs to be done, but he is posing a question for all of us to think and reflect, that if this is the case, what is best? Is it best to motivate yourself or wait on motivation from the organization? Is it best to just get motivated, take ownership of your life, and try to become successful in whatever you are doing? Or you want to wait till the world gets rough on you, and they say you need to do it. Now you need to find the job, and then you have to find job, or you have to earn a living, and then you have to earn a living. Or now when maybe you don't necessarily need to earn a living and your parents are taking care of you, you take ownership of your life and motivate yourself and go out. What is best? Yeah, very nice, beautiful. Yeah, and with that try to reflect on the other things which I was trying to say, that locus of control. Is it that you motivate yourself, or other people's motivate you? Is there like what, that burning desire in your heart for something? Do you have a burning desire for something? Well, yeah, something beneficial. Something, you can say that I have a burning desire for a girl or a boy. That is not what I am going towards. I'm saying something useful, something to make your life better or whatever. So burning desire to get A plus in all courses, burning desire to get 4 GPA out of 4.3, burning desire to do very well in your job, something productive, something which is burning desire to do something, and then you cannot, it don't let you sleep. You are always consumed by that fire, so you are internally motivated, and that thing is there. Or you are just sitting there and you are in a group, so someone will work in the group, so let me just relax. Well, I have 1 more year before graduate, so I should not think about finding job or something. I have time, let me relax. Oh, it is COVID, let me just not do anything, and what can I do? Is it that? Yeah. So this is a very fine question which our friend is saying. Is it best to motivate yourself or wait on motivation from the organization? Yeah. Are you going to take some lead in your private life and make some changes? And then again, as I'm talking, it's a possibility that maybe there are 1 or 2 friends who are motivated now, who say, yes, all right, I am going to do this and this and this, maybe. But then you have to manage this motivation. You are not just motivate that when you are listening to these type of things, that you have some internally thing which is keeping you motivated. Your desire is so high that it just yeah. Yes, I think Kevin raised his hand. Yeah, Kevin, if you want to say something, we would be very happy. I would be able to learn some things from you, please. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. Um, the question I asked, it's based on a number of issues that I'm seeing, especially in my organization, because a number of persons they are not motivated, and I'm saying probably the top management
Yeah,
or in supervisor level, should be the ones motivating them. So I'm saying whether they should wait on the supervisor to motivate them or should take on initiative to motivate themselves. I mean, they want to get the job done and productivity and so on.
yes,
So, isn't it the onus on the supervisor or the management to motivate the staff, right? That's why I asked
yes.
that question.
Yeah, yeah, very interesting. So please tell guys, what do you guys think, as Kevin is giving his own situation? So who has the onus? Is it the he's saying is the supervisor, the lead, they need to motivate the workers because things needs to be done, or the workers should be motivated? Yeah, this is very interesting question. There are different ways to look at it. For example, you are the workers in this course. You have to do group projects, you have to study, you have to prepare for final exam, all of those things you need to do. So who has the onus to motivate you to study? Is the onus on me that I should motivate you, or is the onus on you and you should motivate? Yeah. So it depends on the type of the supervisor, type of the leader. Yeah, this is where this is on the top is the leadership. So the way I am, if I am the leader, I would try my best to motivate my participants, course participants, my juniors, although I am junior myself, but whoever is in my domain, I would try to motivate them. Yes, if I am supervisor. On the other hand, if someone is my supervisor, if Kevin is my supervisor and I'm working for the organization where Kevin is working, and he's my manager and I am working there under him, I would not wait for Kevin to motivate me. I would motivate me myself. And if I am not motivated in the job, then maybe that job is not for me. I should maybe somewhere else. So based on my personality, if I am the supervisor, I would like to motivate others if I can. And if someone else is my supervisor, I would not wait on them to motivate me, because it is my job. I need to shine in that. So it's a lot to do with the personalities of the people. And as I'm saying this, maybe as Kevin said, that some people are, some workers are not motivated. So the question I would ask, if I'm the supervisor, the question I would ask is that why they are not motivated, why my workers are not motivated. Is it work unit climate? Is it their individual needs which are not being met? Is it the tasks which are on the left hand side of I'm looking at the diagram, please look at the diagram. So tasks on the left hand side of motivation, is it that? Is it the structure that needs to be fixing? Is it the organizational culture which needs to be fixed before they're motivated? Or is it that the worker is not good enough? Maybe the worker is not best fit for the job. Maybe they are not cut for that job. And you have to be careful about this, because one person who is not working good, he or she is going to have an impact on the environment. Yeah. So like we have 24 friends here, and then if 2 or 3 friends here start saying something which is off, and they just say some things and other people are okay, those 2 or 3 people can lead to dissatisfaction in other people. It's possible. So you need to see that, okay, 24 people are working here. They are, what is majority of the people motivated right now or not? Are they motivated? Are they interested or not? So first you have to look at overall size. So overall size is 50. So 50 people are taking this course. So out of 50, half are not here. All right, half of the workers, which they are not. I'm just, half of the workers did not come to work. What type of organization University of West Indies would be if half of the workers, so 50 is the total strength, half of them did not show up at work? Yeah. So look at the productivity, what it would be. But of course they can listen to recordings and all of that, but I don't think people are going to do that. Those half are just, for some reason, they are just not motivated. They have something else to do. Maybe they don't see the significance of this, or whatever, whatever is their reason. So half workers are not here, half are here. Those who are here, half, what is their motivation level? So maybe half from this 20, maybe half of the people are really listening and maybe half are not really listening. So maybe 10 people are really listening right now. And from those 10 people, you would see maybe 2 or 3 or 4 people are trying to participate by chat or by audio or video or whatever. So then this organization of this class is how it is going to perform. Is it possible that all 50 are going to benefit from what I need to say or what the book is saying or whatever? What is going to happen? Most likely not going to benefit from the money they are spending, 35,000. They might pass, which they will pass most likely, but are they gaining the advantage by just reflecting, by just thinking, maybe one or by making changes in 1 or 2 habits? Maybe yes, maybe not, we don't know that. Yeah. So if this is how the organization is going to run, then what would be the end result when the scores will come at the end of the semester, when 50 people will get results? What results we are looking at? What results we are? So output, this is the output, individual and organizational performance, the lowest box. So remember I told you in the beginning that the top one, you can call it input, external environment, and then the last one, you can call it output. So what would be the output? Individual performance. What would be the individual performance? Not just in terms of what score they gained, but also the understanding they got from the change management. Yeah, and by understanding, I don't mean that they agree with everything with what I am saying, or most things what I am saying. No, by understanding what I mean, that you just think on these things, you just start reflecting. That would be success. So what do you think would be the result like if half are just not coming, and from half who are coming, maybe half are really paying attention, and even from those half, maybe 3 or 4 would want to really actively participate. So then what if how I can motivate? If I as a supervisor, let's go back to Kevin's question, that is it best to motivate yourself or wait on motivation from the organization? So maybe those half who are not here, they are waiting on some external influencer to motivate them, but before you know, half of the semester is gone. Yeah, and this is the same case in the organization. So how to minimize this issue, how to take care of this? So one thing can be hiring. When you are hiring the staff, so Kevin was saying people are not maybe motivated and they are not really. So when the company is hiring the staff, they hire the right person for the right job. That is one of the things which I think personally is maybe one of the best things based on my understanding. You need to think on your own, but based on my experience, I think if you have the right person for the right job, then you don't necessarily would have to motivate them too much. Your energy would go somewhere else. You might have to motivate them still, but not too much. 1 or 2 lines are going to help them to get the things going. But if you have people who are not coming on time, who are not motivated, even when they are working, they are making mistakes, all of that, they don't like their job, they don't like their salary, they are frustrated, they have so many issues, I would say let them go. You are better off not having them, because they are toxic to your 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 department, your organization. But then then the leader would have to decide that if I let go of these people, this staff, if I let go, what is the alternative I have in the society? Or any worker I will get, they are going to behave like this for this salary. The salary I am paying is low. So in this situation, this is the best worker I have, and then those workers are going to, of course, create problem. They are not happy, they are not satisfied, so productivity level would not pass a certain level. Yeah. So I think this is one way to look at it. Yeah. On like the example I gave you, like these 21 people are in the session right now, 21. So if you want that whenever there is a session, people don't miss the session, one way is to motivate the remaining people. Other thing is that just give admission to these 21 people. Just give admission to these 21 people. Not saying that all the people who are not here are habitual. Of course they are not. We have seen them coming and participating. They are not. There can be some reasons, but what I'm trying to say, that identify the habituals across different streams, across different courses. People who are not just they are taking it easy because it is online. Yeah. Put marks for participation, class participation inside. When I am speaking, put marks, like okay, I ask a question, those people who will speak, they will get marks. Those who don't, they will lose marks in coursework. Yeah, I did not do it this time. Yeah, But I have done that before. And if you look at those recordings, you would see they are available on YouTube. If you will see those recordings, you will see that people are just speaking and making a very good contribution and everything. Yeah, because they are speaking because there is a reward for speaking. It is needed now. If they don't speak, it will impact their grade. That's why they are maybe speaking. Yeah, so you can make these type of changes when the staff is not productive and all of those things. You can think about these things. But ultimate thing to me would be get the right person for the right job who is already motivated. If someone is already motivated, if look at this, if you are already motivated to engage with this material, I don't have to motivate you because you are just motivated. Did I motivate? Did I motivate uh, Kevin to ask that question or think about that question or reflect on it? No, I did not. He was just motivated. So at his job, he has some type of motivation for his job, and he's thinking that why people are not motivated. Who has the onus? Is it supervisor should motivate or workers should get motivated? He's thinking on those lines. So that situation motivated him. Yeah. So motivation, and then in organizational behavior, please reflect on the motivation topics in organizational behavior course, and try to find out about and intrinsic. I think it is intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation, something like that. So you might want to reflect on that. So this picture is quite interesting. Please read the details. Relative impact of elements on each other, relatively speaking. Let me read maybe few lines from the book. You are going to read everything, don't forget that. The decision about where to intervene first might be influenced by whether the aim is to secure transformational or transactional change. Like where should you intervene first? That is going to be influenced by, is it transformational or transactional change? And for your record, these boxes which you are seeing now are linked with transactional, these boxes. Yeah, these boxes: structure, management, system, work unit, motivation, task, and individual needs and values. These are transactional. Yeah, and we said that these three ones, mission, strategy, leadership, and culture, they would have more impact on lower elements which are transactional. These are transactional. Yeah. So they are saying that it depends on what type of change you want to, what is the objective, what is the aim of your change. The model elaborates these two distinct sets of organizational dynamics. One is associated with organizational transformation and the need for a fundamental shift in values and behavior, and the other is associated with behavior at the more everyday level, like individual tasks and those things which we briefly spoke about. And then if you go down, you might see other interesting lines also. For example, this one: transactional change is associated with fine-tuning with how the organization functions within the existing paradigm. Fine-tuning. You are not going to, not looking for a like big change. You are fine-tuning. just a little here and just a little there. Because if it is too much, then that is why I said that maybe the person is not the right fit. So based on the question, Kevin was reflecting on motivation we were speaking about. What did he say? Is it best to motivate yourself or wait on motivation from the organization? So motivation is here. You can just fine tune it. If the person is really down, as a supervisor, maybe the person needs some type of counseling. Maybe some therapy is required, because as a supervisor, you can say few things, like I can say what I said, that take interest in your life, get your objective clear, focus on it, have a burning desire, all of those. I can say those things. But if you guys, anyone is there who has like serious issues and they cannot concentrate and they cannot open the book and they cannot, like, they have deeper problems, then how am I going to fix those? That would go need some other type of attention. Yeah, some encouragement. Yes. In other words, some encouragement here and there, some fine tuning, some push here and there. That is fine. But if it is going to be like you have to motivate every day, if someone is coming late to work and you have to tell every day, and you really, then there are two choices. Either you say, okay, no problem, if the person is going to come late, I'm not going to get worried about that, no problem, because even if they come late, they stays at job later, they are available on Saturdays, Sundays, that is fine, no problem, so that is fine. But if the person is coming late every day, and you told them nicely, and you told them angrily also, and you did everything, and now they are not coming at time, they're not going to come at time, most likely. It will take some significant type of transformation for them to really change their habit. Something really has to happen, and then it can be overnight change also. I'm not saying that change does not happen overnight, but then it has to be something very big, which made like some a death of a dear one, or a big loss, personal loss, something like that, and then people change. Yeah. But otherwise, it is very tricky, and it takes a lot of energy from the supervisors and managers to keep on motivating the person all the time, all the time. You can only motivate your loved ones, like my parents. Yes, they would spend their energy with me, like if I'm doing something wrong, yes, they will say, all right, Tashfeen, this is not right, do it like this. And even if I don't do it like that, they will tell me again and again and again, because of their love, because of their, yeah, whatever. Or my close family, my brother, or whoever, who has that deeper connection with me, they are going to maybe try to motivate me all the time, even when they see I'm not, or work on. Otherwise, at work, you tell them couple of times. If not, then you need to decide if you have that type of energy to spend, on that person all the time or not. um, because this is getting a little tricky here, because there is some scholars say that people change, and then there are some scholars who say that maybe they don't really change. So now, if I ask you, let you guys tell me, what do you think? Do people change or not? Please, everyone, participate. I like 20 people is the only question I'm asking you today. What do you guys think? Do people change or no? All right, very good. So everyone should comment. Maybe if you are not, if you can't speak, either speak or. So Melisha is saying yes. Tanisha is saying yes. What about other friends? Do you think that people change? do you think they don't change? If they change, how much time it takes for them to change? So for example, Tanisha and Malisha, you are saying that people change, but how much time it takes for them to change? Okay, some friends are saying sometimes. Very good, interesting. Yes, sir, they do, but they have to inflict that change themselves. Very, very interesting. So when people, it's look at this, what Abigail is saying. She's saying they change, but they have to inflict that change themselves. Like if I say something and you come out of the session motivated to study, please know that you did not get motivated from what I said. There was something in you also which needed that little encouragement. There was something inside you, and then I said something, and then little encouragement, and your direction changed. Yeah. But like if someone is, but this is kind of, a divided opinion. If more people would say something on this, then maybe we can take conclusion. But like Smith is saying, sometimes Curtis is saying, sometimes internal motivation versus external motivation. Yes, Curtis, that is what it is. So yeah, see the divided opinion. Uh, so this is what it is. People would like for example, I asked you guys that uh, please please come in the chat and tell us what do you think if people change or not change. And I've been talking for last like 2 hours. Yeah. And look at this, how many people have said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So out of out of 20, 5 people made the effort to write. And am I sad about it? No, I'm not sad about it. I'm not, because what you are going to do is not going to impact my happiness. Although I would have loved if everyone would have said something, I would have felt over the moon. But let's be realistic. That is not going to happen, because we don't know what you guys are doing with your hands right now. Maybe they are not free. They are busy doing something else. Yeah. So this is what it is. You can just try your best many times. You can do what you can. Then it is other people. They will decide what they want to do, and they will do it most of the times when they are inflicting that change themselves, when they are interested in doing that thing, when they are that time they are going to do it. Otherwise, yes, Curtis, you want to say something? Please go ahead.
Oh, sir, I think that you hit the nail on the head, when you say that because sometimes it's the results that keep people motivated to going towards a certain goal. Because like you just said that you give out your effort and you never get the results that you want. When it's intrinsic motivation, you can think of a lot of situations where people, even though everybody
Yes.
tell them don't do something, them still going on and do it. Like think about like the dictators in the world.
Yeah.
Everybody's telling them no,
Yeah.
don't do it, and them say no, like Donald Trump. Him still want
Yeah.
to tell people that him is fraud, make him lose the election. And other situation, you might find like the people in a group.
Yeah.
There are situations where you're not good at something and you still want to do it because the external, because of maybe you like your boss so much, you just want to impress him even though it going against you. So sometimes it
Yeah.
depends on the internal versus the external environment.
Very nice.
It depends on where the thermometer goes, the needle go on that. And the rewards
Very nice.
are a lack of
Excellent.
rewards.
Oh yeah. Yes. Very nice. Thanks very much, Curtis. And in couple of lines, Curtis kind of summed up the situation, what I was trying to say. So please, I hope you guys will reflect on this and make your own. Just think about these things. Ask other people. Share your thoughts with your colleagues at work. Ask them what do they think. Listen to what they are thinking. Um Read the book chapter, listen to some other experts on YouTube. We are living in wonderful times where we can listen to, exceptional talks, people who are teaching in top universities, change management. You can listen to them without paying anything, just the Wi-Fi. And I think you should do it. And then at the end of the day, just stay humble. I think that is important. No matter how much you have read or how much you think you understand the situation, just stay humble and always remind yourself that you don't know everything. There are many things which you don't know. Don't, because once we start thinking that we know something, it is good to say that also, because it gives you confidence. Like I am telling myself that I know this thing, that is why I am comfortable in talking about it. But on the same side, I am telling myself that maybe you guys know more than me. Maybe based on your experiences, work experiences, you can bring something to the discussion, and that would help us to look things in a more detail. So I think that is what everyone should do. Okay, this one, like this is quite interesting and important. Take note of this, please, guys. um, Especially this. Um, so this is now revising your personal model of organizational functioning. Develop a healthy skepticism towards the utility of different models, and to constantly reassess which is most appropriate for the purpose at hand. Yeah, this is very important. Utility of different models and constantly reassess which is most appropriate for the purpose at hand. So what is the purpose? What are you trying to achieve? And then after that, constantly reassess. And healthy skepticism. Healthy. Yeah, a little, that is important. And this section is quite interesting. I think it is very important. Please look into that. Characteristics of a good model. What are some of the characteristics? Please look at that. And then points to consider when refining your own model. It's very important. So please look into these bullet points. For example, here, you need to be alert to the danger of rejecting alternative models too hastily. You need to be alert to the danger of rejecting alternative models too hastily. Like, for example, you are thinking to do something, and then someone says you can do it like this, and then you just reject it because it is not your idea, because you are very sure about yourself, because you have been successful and you have never failed, and you think you know it all now, and some other alternative is suggested, and you just dash it away because you just know what you are doing. So yes, nothing is wrong. You should, if you want to do what you are thinking in the first place, you should do that. But here it is saying that too hastily. There is a proverb, haste makes waste. So that is what they are saying. Listen to the alternative model, think about it, evaluate it, even if it is for 5 minutes. Have a little discussion. Like, for example, Kevin has something in his mind, and he says, okay, what do I think, and I give him my opinion, and when I'm giving my opinion, he should listen to my opinion openly. Just listen. Don't think about his own things. Just listen what I am saying, reflect on it, and after listening, he just ask some counter questions. What is stopping him to implement my what I am suggesting, and then reflect on it. And after that, if he thinks that what I am saying is not fit for the purpose he's trying to achieve, then fine. So he can reject my point of view, but don't do it too hastily. Listen to the other person, see what is happening, and then after that, no problem, you reject it. But many times we don't listen to what other person is saying. Like right now, are you listening to what I am saying, or something else is going in your mind? You should do that. You should reflect on this. When I am speaking right now, what is your mind doing? Are you in here, or your mind is thinking about something else, or you are just in your own thoughts? And many times you, like, when you are with other people and they are talking and you are listening, ask yourself, are you really listening, or you are preparing your response to what they are saying? When mommy, daddy, siblings are saying something, some friends are saying something, at work someone is saying something, when people are talking and you seem to be listening to what they are saying, ask yourself, are you really listening to what they are saying? Are you really reading between the lines and everything, or your mind is preparing your response to what they are saying? Most of the time, if the mind is not trained, generally speaking, people seem to be listening, but they are not listening, generally speaking. But if you keep on thinking about, if you keep on thinking about that, then maybe over a period of time, you will be able to listen and critically assess and all of those things, maybe. Yeah. And summary section, of course, is important. Please reflect on these things, and is it for this